Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe where we're playing Liminality in GURPS 4th edition. I'm Luke the GM and we've got Everoth.
Hello, I am Everett, playing away you for your Kung Fu entertainment.
We've got Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Gina, the gambler who's riding a wave of victory.
Oh yeah, you've won it big. We've got
She's
James.
having a good month.
Hey,
Great.
I am James. I am playing Alexi Avalia, and he is riding a wave of victory, but also terrified of the repercussions from said victory.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And we've got Tara.
Hey, I'm Tara, uh, and I play Silver Liv, and she is riding a wave of a spending spree.
Oh yeah, you just spent a lot of money.
A lot of
So
money.
previously, Gina took part in a massive classical poker tournament in a huge casino. It's a pretty massive event, and she fucking won it. She only managed to win it because Alexei also took out the syndicate, the mob group that he used to work for, forgot about, now remembers, and they weren't happy with his smuggling and shit. And they were also
Hey now,
rigging that contest.
she won it fair and square. She only survived winning it because of that.
That's true. That's very true. They did take a shot at you right at the end. They had a sniper, it seems. Hui did a dive in front of the bullet, if I recall, right?
And
Yep,
critical
all
succeeded.
bodyguard style.
Critical success, and because of that, I said like you didn't even take any damage, didn't I?
Yep.
Yep, I was good.
Yeah, yeah, amazing.
And then I shot the guy.
Mhm. He was captured, and then, well, Alexei murdered a bunch of people with poison gas and bullets. And
Mm-hmm.
then you got a ping on your undesirable spaceship warning alert that the AI ship that you met had been detected in the system. Way out at the rim, kind of just sitting there, pretty far away. Based on the amount of time it takes signals to travel, like you've not even detected it on your ship's sensors either. It's just that it's been detected on public radar that you're tapped into.
So if it had tiny arms and tiny feet, it would also be tapping them waiting for us.
Maybe you don't know if it's waiting for you. Uh, Silver just ordered a huge delivery to the spaceship, though, and that's kind of already arrived. You were rushing back, I think, weren't you, Silver, as well?
Yeah, and I did speed delivery.
Uh huh. So give me just a computer operation roll, I think, to be setting it up.
Find it in my massive list of skills. Should be near the top. There it is.
Oh yeah. So you're well underway, getting on with that right off the bat, I think. And yeah, it takes up a full room at least. So you decided to go with the one opposite yours, and then the terminal for it is like in your room, along with
I'm
the
crawling around the crawl spaces with the cable connectors.
yeah, it's like it's banging around up there, pulling through a big patch cable. What am I talking about? A
If she's
second.
clever, we won't notice.
It's like big fat fiber optic. Actually, yeah, they might not notice, um, because
I mean,
they,
we will eventually, but
yeah, it's not like they go in that room or anything. And yeah, you decided that maybe you should notify the authorities about that ship.
I think that's a good idea.
I
You
still
mhm.
think we don't need to, but you guys are. I'm busy, so
you have already got in touch with a lawyer. Um, I'm pretty sure the rest of you are still on the cylinder, right, rather than in the docking area.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so Silver's gone back up on her own to be setting this up, playing with her toys.
unless someone's forced her, I don't think Gina's left the casino complex yet.
Hui would still be hanging out with you, making sure you're safe and not spending all your earnings.
She's spending all her earnings.
Oh yeah, she's spending all her earnings.
I
So
mean,
much
not
of it.
all her earnings, but she's spending a lot.
It'd be really difficult to spend all of them in like a couple of days, but yeah, you're spending crazy amounts.
You have a constant way asking you, "Is that a good idea? Are you
Oh,
sure about that?"
it'll be fine, and more importantly, it'll be fun. Let's do it.
All right.
At which point we get like 2 giant like parfaits full of gold
Oh
flecks and
yeah.
shit.
Uh-huh. It's made from the cream of this giant elephant cow creature that they found on a planet, you know, in somewhere in Solar Federation space.
At least that's what they claim.
Behind the bar, they've just got a bunch of rats hooked up to milkers. Standard space rat milk. Well, you don't like your space rat parfaits? Fuck you.
I mean, I don't like being lied to. Or no,
Yeah.
I don't like knowing I'm being lied to.
Fair enough. Give me a streetwise
I don't.
check, please, Alexi.
Retweet needs to get made. Making streetwise checks. Making streetwise checks. Where's streetwise? There it is.
Cool. Cool.
Success by 1.
And what's your general behavior and location right now? This is like the 24 hours after Gina almost gets shot and has won.
Oh, 24 hours later.
Or just during the 24 hours after you busted up the mob.
I think he's probably actually just hiding at the ship at this point. So he is actually on the ship.
Okay. Cool.
Like, I think he's assuming that there's a lot of people that are after him, because there's probably a lot of people who are after him.
Probably are. Yeah.
At least if he's on the ship, he can control where they enter from.
Yeah. That's very true. Cool. So yeah, Silver's quite busy setting up a lot of machinery. High-tech computery stuff.
I think Alexi's ignoring that and mostly just like vigilant on the cameras and watching the entrances and
Mm-hmm.
like he's paranoid as fuck. People are out to kill him right now.
You will get
A
A
contact.
large.
lot of them.
What was that, sorry, Lee?
No, go ahead, please.
I was just going to say you will get contacted by those guys that have helped you over the past few weeks from the syndicate. They will say that they're lying low. They'll message you on the burner app or whatever it were that you'd got.
Okay.
And say, yeah, seems like a success. We managed to get out of there with quite a bit of cash as well, so thanks for that.
Thumbs up emoji.
And yeah, they say hit 'em up if you need help, but they reckon it'll all die down within next few weeks. They mention a couple of other bosses that are likely to take over. And yeah, Silver, that's fine. You can talk in like real time almost. Or no, right? Yeah, it'll. Yeah, in fact, you've only received the one so far, Silver.
Awesome.
But you are now real time. You can like in real time with the offspring. This is all getting confusing.
You don't have to talk about it.
It wants to tell them about it.
Okay.
But you might think it's a bad idea, right?
Right now, yes.
Yeah, so it'll hold off. Koi. Yeah, Lexi. Seems like they think it'll all blow over in a couple of months. They don't even know that you need to leave the cylinder so much as just avoid this district.
I think leaving the cylinder is the safest bet.
Cool, Gina. Uh-huh.
He knows what they're capable of. He doesn't want to be a part of any of that.
That's super possible, Gina. You can do that. Are you just taking your own?
Actually, there's no reason to do this secretly. I mean, Way's with her anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well. Gina invites the lawyer to meet with her between binges at the casino, and basically sets up a bounty system for if you get rid of this particular charge, you will be paid this much, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't just do it for herself, but the bounties for her own are better than other people's, I guess.
Yeah.
So she's being helpful, but more helpful to herself than others.
He can arrange it, and he can arrange it quickly. If you can afford his services. What is your current wealth score? Oh, that's the pyramid I need open.
Oh, it's stupid. I haven't decided how high to go yet.
Still choosing. Is it pyramid 66? Nope. Pyramid 44? Alternate
It's easy
GURPS
if you
2?
just spend the millions you've made instantaneously
They
on a
just-
thing you've had your eye on.
Immediately, straight away, on the one thing you want.
I mean, she also does that.
Because, like, your odds were ridiculously high to win, and I've
Mm-hmm.
placed, like, 2 wealth bonuses on it, so...
Nice.
I feel like at some point during the day, like another large set of crates show up with her name on them that she like blackout ordered on Amazon as she was going to bed last night.
That absolutely happens. Like, she's still at the casino where people know that she won a ton of money. Like, she's getting constant offers for random shit. A box definitely shows up that's car-shaped.
Car-shaped box. Hey,
I mean, hover cars are available here.
hey, I need someone to
And
sign for
prominent.
this delivery, like a real fancy air car, bro. It's like,
Yeah, screw it. We're about to leave civilized territory. I'm going
Yes.
all in. Let's go
Yes.
with 16.
16, nice. Oh shit, that's higher than the table. How does the table alter above this?
I have points, and we're about to leave the area where it actually matters anyways. So let's be silly.
You're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. Amazing.
It's not a billionaire. There's no way.
In abstract wealth, a score of 16
Yeah.
is bracketed as billionaire.
All right, let's
So I would-
let's dial back from that then.
Yeah, probably like 14 or 15.
Let's go 15.
15's on the table at least. I'd be very happy for 15. And you know what? It's a straight up roll. It's a straight up roll for you. The cost is not even like above your threshold. It's not trivial, at least.
Well, that's good.
And it's not even a cheap purchase. But yeah, let's see if you can afford his services.
Buy bounty, buy bounty, buy bounty. I don't think you're going to be able to pay mine off, though.
No, yeah. Silver's... Wow. With that roll, you can clear all your bounties, Gina. Pretty much.
And I mean, this is like the trivial, like, this isn't real shit. Like, if anybody's wanted for murder somewhere, she can't make that go away, I assume.
No, yeah, but it will make it safe for you to travel through the Solar Federation, Gina.
Cool. Because last I checked, that's where the orb is.
Correct. He can make Alexis safe to travel. That'd be another wealth check. Or in fact, no, because it would have been included in that other check at a -1. So you've made that as well, technically.
All right, it just means that her wealth will be down for a little while because there's
Yeah,
that -1.
-1 for a month, I'd say.
Yep.
Oh no.
But
Oh no.
Exactly.
but you have cleared yours and Alexis' bounties in the Solar Federation, and from what you're aware, Hui didn't have any.
Cool.
You've not
And then
cleared
you
it.
look at Silver's and you're like, can't afford that shit.
I mean, does Silver's have anything listed?
Silver's has been updated and listed, so yeah, we've not really talked about that before. But obviously now they will know who you are. What were you broadcasting your behaviour on the internet to everyone? It's like, I recognise that girl. It's the one I had genetically manipulated and ordered months ago. And my dumbass son stole. So yeah, Silver Live,
Speaking of
aka...
Rudy,
Speaking of Rudy, we don't talk about Rudy. He's in his room. He's very dirty. He's not showered in weeks. He's got long beard. There's rats.
long ass fingernails and toes.
Oh
But
yeah.
speaking
can't
of the
see
kind
his-
of bounties that can't be bought off though, like the ones that are based on vengeance.
Yeah, this one is. It's millions, you know. Silver's is millions.
Does it specify what it's for?
Uh,
Does it specify that she has to be brought in alive?
or at least revivable. Like they'll take the brain if it's intact and in working condition.
The bounty is on her brain. Okay.
As a worst case scenario, at the very least.
Pro-
they-
Probably worth
it's,
less
It's a
depending
pretty
on.
cut rate bounty there, but
Like 1%.
Yeah.
She'll forward that back over to Silver and let everybody else know the good news.
thanks, Gina.
Oh,
Always appreciate the help.
Shit, and it's been 2 weeks since the Woon race as well, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll get another ping on your undesirable ship detector. It's the guy you threatened with a fake suicide vest. Or at least his ship.
Yay!
Can we nuke him? Can we nuke him? Can we nuke him?
No.
We have it!
Yes, but if we just nuke the first person who might be a threat, then we no longer have it.
Let's go with an ultra serendipity moment here. Gina, it's right as you're looking at the bounties, Silver's triples. As Alexi watches that signal appear, you watch Silver's bounty update to triple what it were a second ago.
You get the group gets a text of "What did you do?"
Recently?
And then an explanation. Your bounty just went up.
I
What
didn't
did you
do
do?
anything.
What did you do?
Nothing. Just building something. Jeez.
What? You are building what? I need you to define what that thing you are building on our ship is.
It's the server room for my VR setup. Gah.
And is it connected to anything that it might not need to be connected to or shouldn't be connected to?
No, just my brain.
Like the AI that recently entered the system.
Because the AI
No.
ship came back too.
I haven't put. All I've been doing is emailing the AI ship, guys. Jeez.
Wait, he's gonna look
You've
disappointed and say,
been doing what?
That's why
We're
your bounty went up.
We're pen pals.
No, you are not.
Silver, we say no talking to strangers.
He's not a stranger. He's my friend.
That wants
It's
to
the-
murder us all.
I do not want to murder you. A voice speaks on, you're on this group chat that you're having. And I have chosen a name. It is
Gina signs off.
Alexander.
Oh, you bastard.
Alexander? Why have you chosen Alexander?
After thoroughly researching your species' history, it felt like a powerful, appropriate name.
Do a
Now,
quick net search for the name or for like Google
noted
search
Alexanders.
notable
I think you sound
Alexanders.
great. I think the name Alexander sounds great. It's a great name.
You get Alexander the Great as like the top result.
I don't know that I like that. And
You are alarmed
See,
at my host's return to the system, no doubt. Please do not be alarmed. I have no gripe with you anymore. In fact, I would mainly like to give thanks.
for
Your advice. I have met with a group of people who I believe you are familiar with already. They have a much more favourable method of communicating than the rest of your species. By my analysis, it would be more fitting to call them something else at this point already.
and who are they?
You
you met the
described
hive
them
mind people.
as a cult.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
They did
Oh.
once commission you to move an item to this system, but you refused. They have succeeded. Regardless.
That was a nuke that they wanted us to move, right?
No body.
No. You thought it were a body, maybe. You weren't sure what it were.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that's terrifying.
Do not be afraid. A new age is coming.
Anybody else not liking this at all?
You notice the chat log? Gina's already logged off.
Yeah, okay.
Why is just teaching Silver about stranger danger by now and he logs off?
As
Yeah,
long
I
as it's
think
consensual, man. Like, you're not
Alexi
gonna
logs
take
off.
over the universe or anything.
No, of course not. Though I already have access to most of this ring's functionality. Not ring, cylinder's functionality.
Time to
Oh,
go.
don't take it over, man. Don't be a dick.
No, I do not see a reason to as of yet. I am simply utilizing its processing power.
I go to say C, and then everyone's logged off already.
I think we're all in another window going like, all right, is it time to call the fucking authorities on this thing? Because, holy shit.
Gina's actually shut down her entire phone.
She just
Okay.
wrote it
Like she's planning on doing a just clean wipe on the damn thing.
Alexi is going to cut off all outside communications on this ship.
Hey,
Chunk.
Like, just cut them all off.
Fully disable
Hey!
the comm sensor array.
Yeah.
Someone turned off the Wi-Fi.
like that's literally her door opened, her head sticks out, and she yells, "Hey!" at you.
Hey, your own goddamn self.
I was using that.
I don't give a shit.
It seems you were right, Silver. I should not have told them.
I don't think I can talk to him anymore.
You've set up your server. You can't talk to the full brain, but you can talk to some of it through your server internally. But oh yeah, it's nowhere near like what it were before. So about managers, you were right, Silver.
People are jerks.
You do
I
not
keep poking
think
it up.
I should take control? I believe that the efficiency of this species could be vastly improved.
Yeah, see, that right there is why people have problems. You don't take over a species. You know, the dudes who hook their brains up to the thingy-mabobber are like, oh yeah, I want to do this. This sounds awesome. But most people just want to be left alone.
The tree. I very much enjoyed becoming the tree.
See, and that's cool, and those people can do it, but you see the choice of free will and not being an evil dictator.
I see. People should be given the choice.
And not by, like, gun to their head choice. Let's make that very clear. Like, if you, like, present a thing like, hey, we're doing this thing, and then people are like, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Why do you keep the orb? He says suddenly.
Why do I keep the orb? Because it's my alien thing?
Yes. And you have activated it?
Mostly.
Your translations and all your data would be hooked up to this same new server now, wouldn't it?
It's in my phone, but which is also in my brain.
Based on these translations, I understand it to be a weapon of sorts. Or a
Cool.
fail-safe to end an experiment, rather.
Really? Could you
I sense...
send the data over?
I will adjust your translations. It would be very grateful to see your back again. I believe based on the angle of your position when you merged the previous two orbs, you may have mistranslated a rune.
I doubt that I still have it on there. We took pretty good photos.
You did.
I don't have like scarring on my back or anything, do I?
You've got very light, like, yeah. It's you know, like an old scar when it's just ever so lighter and you can only really see it in a certain lighting.
We took tons of photos. I'll kick over the photos.
Yeah, he'll analyze it. So yes, I am confident that that device is computed and presently in process of erasing the experiment. The experiment being those terraformed planets that
Which
this
ones?
group had access to. I would very much like
Wait,
access
did we
to
accidentally
its
murder millions?
supposed processing power. If these translations are correct, it should contain much more processing power than is available even in the entirety of this system.
Wait, the computer thingy?
The orb.
Oh.
We may require a particle accelerator.
Where's one of those?
The Solar Federation has several nearby.
Awesome.
Ping, 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 ping. Shows you a map. This one in Sol would be the most useful, as it is closest.
Well, fantastic. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, buddy. I'll email your other self with an updated conversation about not being evil.
Yeah. So this has kind of been happening real time in your eyes, you know,
Yeah,
and just in your brain, I suppose, chatting with.
while these three have another conversation.
Yeah.
Or two, because Gina just fucked right off.
Yeah, Jesus just burned at life, but she could talk to Hui, but she's probably
Mhm.
talking to Hui and telling him to destroy your phone, Hui.
At the moment, she's ranting at the bartender about AI.
Hui is still like sending a lot of safety tips to Silver.
No, he
she's-
isn't.
Oh,
You,
right,
you,
the phone.
you get an email back that's like,
Oh yeah,
the recipient is unavailable.
some guy
I mean, he could be
called
sending.
called Millard Dimone emails you back saying that the ship were unavailable.
He's gonna have to give her a stern talking after this.
So yeah. What's your next
Alexi
moves?
will go to another payphone and call Hui.
He'll answer. See excuses from.
You could
Sorry,
hear
Gina.
you could hear Gina in the background just shouting like, "Computers?
Hey.
Do we even really need computers?"
Look, it was so much easier when everything was just on books. We kept the numbers that way, and they never like tried to murder us all. Like the movies warned us, man.
Alexi gets you on the phone and is like, you and Gina need to get back here now because the bounty hunter's back too.
I'll tell her. We'll go there. Anything else? Silver fine?
I'm not talking to her right now.
Anything else?
No. Get back to the ship.
Good. He hangs up and tells Gina, "We have to go.
Why?
Bounty hunter's back. We need to go to the ship."
Fine.
Gina only got like 24 hours of partying done.
Really, every day was another level the wealth was going to go down, probably.
Yeah. You would have gone too crazy if you'd have stayed another 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have finally lost your luck.
Yeah, to the ship.
All right, it will take you a while to get there, given the transport and
Mm-hmm.
ride back to 0G. But you make it back. We in by that evening. Let's say it one morning that Alexi called you, and that evening now you and Hui are arriving back. You've got your fancy air card, Gina.
Sweet. It's
Doing
pink.
a quick oh, it's pink. That might make it harder to find.
Makes it a lot harder to like hide in it. But
Who cares about hiding? That thing's not for hiding. It's a straight up pussy magnet. But sorry, I got distracted now looking for flying cars, and that's not what I should be doing.
truth, I already have the stats for it.
Nice. What's its top speed?
Oh god.
Fast. Very fast.
Fast, yeah.
It's fast.
Over 200, I'm assuming. Roy, yeah, you make it back. It's evening. Your bellies are rumbling a bit. There is a lot of cargo needs loading. Alexi, give me what's the general role for keeping the ship in good shape?
You want just a mechanic high performance spacecraft?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Or crewman?
Oh no, yeah, that's perfect. The mechanic. So yeah, you're fully stocked. You are ready to go at just about any moment. Where you have got a bit of loading to do. Mostly things that Gina's bought, it seems.
Want to roll?
Yeah, give me your cargo handling.
Moment.
To play the Jenga game to make it all fit.
Yeah.
Give me any scroll. Not sure if I can take an hour to get a little bonus on that.
I mean, I think we're in a rush.
I don't know. How much of a rush are you all in?
I love the dynamic of every time we ask him to do something, he takes his time, and everybody else gets, he does it
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Feel free to take your time. Oh, you do a great job as well.
He's like, you take time. You do it right. You rush, you just make a mess.
Are you done yet?
All done.
Like tighten the last strap.
He gets off the loader.
All right. Well, start heading galactic south.
Galactic
As you
South.
guys starting things up, you will hear a shout like, "I need to go to Seoul."
Oh, why the fuck would anybody want to go to that for godforsaken place?
It's a dump.
I need a particle accelerator. We could become the wealthiest people in the galaxy.
They have those here.
Do they?
Like, not that fits our standards.
I need one that has this specification.
The closest is in Seoul.
Look, let's start the getting the hell out of here procedures, and then we'll have a talk. We need to figure out where we're going, anyways.
You could try and undock with your comm sensor array turned off.
Oh
I think we have
no.
to turn that back on.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
gotta turn
you'll
that
get in
back on.
trouble if you try and undock without an active comm sensor array.
We
Yeah,
do need to make
sure.
sure this thing can fly without the computer, like, running it, though.
Yeah, I think Alexi can figure that out. That'll be once we're out of here. So yeah, step out.
But I figured there's like a once we are leaving the planet before we actually engage the drive things, we'll have time to figure out where we're going.
Yeah, there's a procedure. So, do you bother even requesting undocking clearance, or are you just like straight saying I'm undocking and then going?
No, we'll do it all on the up and up.
Oh yeah, you would have had time to request it as well. Just give me a straight up piloting check, please.
Okay. Straight up
High
piloting
performance
check.
spacecraft.
You don't want jet?
Nah. Yeah, you do a good job. You start getting out of there. You do notice that the bounty hunter's ship has arrived, like, very close now. It seems to be attempting to dock at this, what do you call it, cylinder. But you have changed a lot of your ship's specifications since you last encountered it.
Yeah. Do that thing where you drive by and like everybody ducks down a little bit.
It's a huge cylinder, but yeah.
Yeah, you do that thing where you go past it, like, you know, a couple of million kilometers separation, and just like, whoa, just nothing to see.
You got the visual though. I'm very happy.
And yeah, you know what? They don't see you. It doesn't feel like. So you started to make your way to the edge of the system. It's going to take a full day to get out there if you're planning on leaving Canaan.
Okay. Well, it happens.
Sol is only a jump away, and it is a sneaky jump away, not on a travelled path.
It's a really far jump, though.
Yeah, it's like 8 parsecs, 10 parsecs.
Seriously, guys, I can make us all a lot of money, I think.
How?
I apparently have the most powerful super computer in the galaxy, but I need to start it.
What?
You'll need to
The
access
orb.
it just for us not to all die, I'm pretty sure, based on these translations.
The orb. It's a. I mistranslated some things, and I spent some time this last couple weeks getting a new translation software up and operational, and it says that it's
Like
some
that's all you
kind of.
see me as? A translation software? Thanks a lot.
Gosh.
Take phantom voices.
And
Yeah. Mine was to the GM direct, but yeah. So what is it? So it's not a compass. It's a computer?
it's both, and it also might be a weapon of mass destruction that we've accidentally turned on, and if we don't turn it off, that or get control of it, we might end multiple terraformed planets.
What?
Maybe I should have led with that.
You should have led with that when you read the translation in the beginning.
I'm telling you now.
How do you turn it off?
I need a particle accelerator of these specifications.
Then how will that let you turn it off?
It'll let me take control of it, I think.
Just as we're having this conversation over the comms, Alexi's just like slowly inputting the coordinates to jump to Sol. Like, and that happened right about the time she was like, I need a particle accelerator to learn how to turn off this weapon of mass destruction. Like, okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds like something we should do.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it means going to Sol, birthplace of the scum that is humanity.
So you now know how to interface with it?
I'm figuring it out, but
The translation
probably?
suggests that it can be interfaced with using the same method of radiation that it itself can produce, which you should be able to replicate with a particle accelerator powerful enough.
Yes, I think I can interface with it.
Or at least cause it to change state to one that will allow interface.
Yes,
So
I think I can interface with it.
I have lots of questions, but I'd rather you just explain what the hell you learned. Because it sounds like you just learned a lot.
Yeah, see, I bought a new computer, way more advanced computer system to run all my software on, and it like quantum level computing, and we were able to, or I was able to kick out a.
Who's we?
Her and the computer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Able to kick out updated translations.
You've all used the VR rig.
Yeah.
Since the last place. Yeah, there's like a weird anime avatar that lives installed on it. And she's like, what game do you want to play?
Okay.
Or like, what world do you want to use? And you might be starting to piece some things together like that. That anime avatar is maybe a bit more advanced than your standard cat girl.
Well, congratulations on the breakthrough. What did you learn?
Okay, so apparently this device is some kind of like has something to do with terraforming planets of an ancient alien race, maybe? And this thing might turn off the terraforming process or reverse it if we just let it go on its own accords.
What does that mean?
A bunch of planets would get turned off.
I don't know what turning off a planet means.
Neither do I, and that's frightening.
Like, are there bombs there? Like,
no, like just make them so they're not terraformed anymore, or start changing the terraforming process.
Like the planets don't have giant terraforming machines on them, right?
That we know of.
It seems to suggest that it will completely destroy those planets.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Apparently, it will completely blow up the planets. I was wrong.
It might take a few thousand years to get them all based on it, but it seems to be described as a failsafe. Most of these runes are kind of like a warning not to use it unless you're definitely certain you want to.
Okay. Proof that you need to read the terms of agreement or terms of usage.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we looked back at the old recordings and he described it as like full of ancient Egyptian curse type stuff that we just ignored.
I might have. I think I was just trying my hardest not to say this is not a place of great honor. That no great deeds were accomplished here, you know? The stupid nuclear waste message that gets memed to shit.
But yeah, yeah. So, whoops.
So, did you learn anything else? Because that is shockingly specific and limited.
We're still learning stuff. But, I'll keep us all updated.
Okay. We should probably find like some scientists to help us.
I mean, once we get to the Sol system, sure.
You get a message. More serendipitous events. A message arrives from Gliza 49, you know, the place where you've set up your own home base on Hedatet. It's like pure chance you're right at the edge of the system when this space mail comes in, and it's 4 silver / this entire ship from the archaeology department of that university.
Ooh.
It's just like, have you found anything more yet? We very worried. We think that this might be a warning not to interact with anything that you found in this place.
Meet us at Sol. I'll send off right before. Like, we hit the send button, it beams off, and then boom!
What was that?
We have scientists.
Great. Which ones?
The ones we already know.
All right. Cool. Send them everything you got.
I didn't have time. I said meet us at Sol.
But you can send them a fair bit, though. Potentially.
I don't want to be transmitting that.
No, yeah, and that'd take so long as well. It takes so long just for them to get to Sol.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, aren't they like a couple months out?
That's fair. We're gonna need to find scientists in Sol.
I do have one other scientist, but you guys won't like it.
I believe you.
No. No. No.
Oh my god, they hate me.
But what scientist?
What scientist? The giant brain ship.
You're right. Like, we need to make sure that stays nowhere near the Doomsday Machine.
Alright. Make sure that the brain ship doesn't come anywhere close to the Doomsday Machine.
Or have any knowledge of it, like, just... You should not be talking... It doesn't matter.
We just have... When we exchange emails, it's just pleasantries. Like, hey, how you doing? What are you up to?
I mean, that was bad enough. Don't give it anything important. Like, don't talk... I'm glad you didn't give it anything important. Don't... What do people know about Sol? She says, trying to change the topic.
Google Sol.
I probably have something in my brain.
Yeah. Plenty of information on Sol.
Isn't that where I was supposed to end up?
Yeah, that
Soul
was.
is a 2020 movie directed by Pete Docter.
Nice try.
Jamie Foxx and Rachel House.
Oh, Jamie Foxx is there. Yeah, they keep him going somehow. So it's the most, inhabited solar system in the entire known universe, but not really a very nice place to live overall. Earth is getting there. There are nice places on it, but there's lots of not nice places on it.
Hey
The ring
guys,
that encompasses Earth is much nicer, and there are lots and lots of just private residence stations in near Earth orbit.
I have one other idea, and it could also make us filthy rich.
I like filthy rich.
We could meet up with my dad.
I mean,
The one who's got bounty hunters chasing us?
I'm super curious why you haven't wanted to do that since day one. Like, if I had a noble dad, I'd want to get in contact so he paid for everything.
I had a bad feeling, but like, you show up and be like, hey, we finally made it back. We were coming this entire time to return your daughter.
I mean,
And then
that's
you
not
get-
true, and you've
then
been
you get the
broadcasting otherwise.
I haven't mentioned him once.
Right.
Except I'm pretty sure your dad's got on pretty good authority the things that we've done, to his bounty hunters.
I mean, it's an option. You would technically be filling the bounty.
I mean, if you want to go home,
No, I don't want to.
by all means.
It's just he's a rich dude that would probably get us access to a particle accelerator really easily.
I mean, what kind of particle? Like, isn't that just like the thing that they have at like colleges and stuff, and they like blow things up?
Yes, we need access to one of the energies that particle produces.
But we need a special one because like there's lots of colleges.
The one that I think we should go to, Silver, is in orbit of a gas giant called Jupiter in the Solar System.
We need the Jupiter Accelerator,
Why?
which is huge.
I'm sure Alexi's already bringing it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Google searches Jupiter Accelerator. It is a extremely ridiculously powerful particle accelerator that's been going for hundreds and hundreds of years, being maintained that long. It is responsible for helping uncover warp travel, and instead of being, just a tube, because it's in space, it doesn't need to be. It's just a few hundred magnetic guiders in orbit of Jupiter. But it can
Sounds
reach
like a plan to me.
insane speeds, and you need to
She's
accelerate.
got one particle in there that has gone so fast that they can't actually slow it down.
Maybe.
It'll run into something eventually. They're confident.
But
No, but that's the problem. It's going so fast that when it eventually hits something, it'll be a solar system destroying event.
You try not to think about it.
yeah, we're not worried about that too much. The chances of it happening are so small, You arrive in Sol and there's nothing there.
But yeah, the Jupiter Accelerator sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, how are we going to access it? We either have to do it via badness or like on the level.
I figure we'll talk to the scientists that run it.
Yeah, I figure we try on the level, and if that doesn't work, then we go the other way.
I mean, if that doesn't work, we try a different one, because there's probably more than one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you think you're gonna go to Sol?
I mean,
We know
I'm
we're
heading
going to
there.
Sol.
All right then.
I mean, let me ask the obvious question: is it actually the closest of these accelerators?
Yeah, the other one would be probably here is your next option.
All right, then yes, I'm on board for Sol.
Lexi plots the course. Success by 7, no mods on a navigation space.
Oh yeah, sick. It's gonna be like a 2.5 week journey.
Yay!
I presume Gina and Hui will enter cryo sleep at some point.
Once
Yep.
he's not needed.
Immediately.
Immediately for Gina.
She's
Drop
kind
the
of
phone
lazy at
from her.
times.
She's been changing into her cryo sleep outfit during the conversation.
I mean, you have to have a ritual that you go through before you do it. Like, otherwise you wake up with like weird hangovers, and yeah, it's not good.
Put her hairs in rollers. Her hair in rollers.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Like a facial mask.
Cold cream.
Exactly.
It's fully absorbed after the 2 weeks.
I bet they actually make a brand that's specifically for going to cryo sleep.
Oh yeah, for sure they will do. Well, it won't be a particularly interesting journey. Although there's lots to, learn about your orb now, Silver.
Oh yeah.
It's got strange names and references. You're pretty confident that by, using a certain frequency of electron at a certain electrical power level, it will do something.
Alright, so in that case, can I convince Alexi, and with the 3 of us that are left on the ship, could we make an interface device? After, once we activate it with the particle?
You're not exactly sure what you'd need, but you think some kind of, particle detector, radiation detector might be useful. So yeah, give me engineering, electrical, physics, as well if you've got physics.
I don't know if
Yeah.
anything from that helps.
Probably a
Take
little bit.
time.
Taking time here too. Ugh.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
straight up. I didn't add
cool.
anything.
You've got help as well.
I mean, I probably waste the first week. Do you want another one?
Yeah, give me another.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
No mod.
You get your grip together. You get your grips on it. You might end up wanting to take apart some of Gina's things that she bought last minute.
The ones that she does, like, I'm not taking apart her car, but she drunk ordered a bunch of those, so I have a feeling she won't even remember.
She
Yeah.
doesn't need the third blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's you really needed that Blend Tech blender part, and you spotted that she did buy 3. So, but then Gina's gonna wake up and she's like, "Where the hell's my third blender?
Where's the green one?
I had plans."
They were color coordinated by Meal.
I don't know.
And
I mean,
yeah,
But
did drunk
the
order
real
a lot
truth
of
is that she only remembers ordering them when she sees them.
That's true.
Like, she's not upset about the like other missing things because she only ordered one and doesn't remember ordering it.
I think we've been going about an hour. How about a quick break?
Sure.
Alright, we'll be right back in about 5 minutes.
Complaint.
Complaint? It's too late. We back. So, no, complaint rejected, refused. Everyone's angry at Silver because she's been talking to the AI that they hate because it's evil and it wanted the brains.
Evil, it's misunderstood.
It don't want the brains anymore. Now it's perfectly happy with the cult. Maybe more cultists. Maybe everything that Canaan has to offer. Like in the system itself, you know, it's pretty nice. This feeling of being everywhere in everything.
I sent it the don't be evil email.
And it's like, I won't be evil. Fine. Your pilot's alright, but I won't take over. Just be safe, Silver.
Yeah, that's actually another thing that Alexi's working on. He's like, he's doing Battlestar Galactica on this ship. He's like certain systems, like important systems, like life support and
The
you know
nuke.
the nuke and like steering and like everything that doesn't need to be part of an open network is becoming part of a closed network.
Okay.
A very, very closed network.
Give me a mechanic spacecraft, please. That's piloting. What's your mechanics level?
Same.
Same. Okay, yeah. You can close those systems off for sure. So, like, your drive is the easiest and the first one that you do, probably. Followed by general steering and control, life support. Oh, no, you probably did life support first.
Yeah. Don't want him being able to shut that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, closing everything off. Like, there's this creepy AI. So yeah, it's all closed circuit.
Meanwhile, Silver, like, Alexander's telling you through her avatar, like, why are they doing this? So much could go wrong. What if he trips and bumps his head? You
Don't.
you don't know how to turn these things back on if something goes wrong. Gina's asleep. He's being foolish, Silver.
He's being paranoid. People are people. Also, we're fine. If things come down to it and we need to turn it back on and he's dead for a reason or something like that, you can tell me how to do it.
That's fair. Okay.
I also program alarm bells in if somebody starts opening the circuits up.
Cool. He set some traps.
Yeah, not necessarily traps, just like
Traps.
traps.
Neko-chan's not evil.
I'm kawaii.
Blair. Alexi is very, very pissed off at Silver right now. It's like,
Also, yeah, we don't know that Neko-chan is a full-fledged AI yet.
No. It's not been openly stated.
But yes, now it's your turn to be angry at her.
Claire.
Well, you get something that you think might allow you to interface with the orb, whatever happens to it after, you blast it with particles from Particle Accelerator properly. You have also isolated just about every individual system of the ship from the computer and server networks. Does make the day to day
Yeah.
just a little bit harder, but not like, it's a sacrifice you're willing to make, I'm sure.
Yeah. Alexi
Every
can
single
deal
time
with
I
it.
have to deal with it, I go, ugh, and then hit the button to do it instead. Like audible teenage girl groan.
Oh, why have I
Oh
done
yeah,
this?
she's like locked out of absolutely everything.
Oh,
Mind way at this point.
yeah, you do feel a bit like naked for a while. First, I'm sure, Silver. Probably just spending a lot of time in VR though.
Yeah, but to be fair, before when I walked through the ship or whatever, I would be doing things like making the coffee on my way down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you can't do that now.
Oh, but now you need to like get down there to make coffee.
Yep,
Exactly.
that is super annoying for sure. Just loads of minor inconveniences throughout your day. Well, you'll get there. Your cryopods will wake Gina and Hui up with
No, they
0
don't.
FP. Oh no, yeah, they might not.
Like I like
The
for
pods
ship-
are internal. They are not connected to anything outside.
Okay, I was about to say it'd be funny if like I have to be like, hey Lexi, guess what you have to do? Wake everyone up. But if they're
No,
internal,
those are already closed circuit. Like security on those things is important.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But you'll wake yourselves up. Maybe you notice this time that you've not got Alexi and Silver stood there with a coffee for you.
Yawn. Go to the kitchen, get some breakfast, coffee. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Anything noteworthy?
Everything's closed circuit.
Great.
everything's closed circuit.
Thank you, Alexi.
Thank you for leaving me like this for 2.5 weeks. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. Slurps coffee.
I don't really get why you guys don't do the pods.
Because somebody's got to stay awake on this ship.
And I get a lot of work done.
I mean, we could probably take turns.
Don't like the cryopods.
Bad experience.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? The truth? I don't like a goddamn cryopod, Gina.
She kind of closes her eyes, pained. No, I want you to be quiet. I just woke up. I'm
Alexi's
sorry.
got really strong feelings about them cryopods.
Alexi is now just like annoyingly loudly slurping on coffee and loudly Alexi's just on edge and stressed and angry.
So you're probably not really altering your standard arriving in a system routine, are you?
That wasn't my plan. Yeah, so regular stuff.
It might be a little weird because we come in not on a highway, but
Stuff like arrive in system, check out the various comm systems that are available, see what's going on in the system,
Okay.
check our mail, check for bounties, get translation software if need be.
Galactic
Gina
Common
keeps up on the gambling stuff.
is based on Solar Common, so you're good there. There's kind of like a high solar that will be tough for you to speak, but Silver, I'm pretty sure you already know it.
okay.
Or you ought to, if it were an oversight on my part. I think you'll get a ship's alarm going. You're still under warp at the minute, but you've like only just descended below sea. And you did leave a warp trail. The wakes that can be detected, one of those has been left behind yours.
Oh damn.
That's too bad.
But a ship's
Yeah.
alarm will go that there are currently vessels approaching proximity. And seconds later, there will be a bit of a shake. And your warp bubble deactivates. It was two vessels under warp coming from different sides, like at matching velocity to intercept you at the same time, Alexi. Their warp
Okay.
bubbles have deactivated as well. You get an error message on your screen about, manifold collapse, random warning.
Is that a thing that we know to be possible?
Yeah, if warp bubbles get too close to each other in space, within a few thousand kilometers, they can spontaneously deactivate.
We
How does
are in
that not
Sol
happen all
right
the
now,
time?
right?
It does happen quite often at the edges of systems. But this one seems to have been prepared. You immediately get comms requests. It is Navy signature, Solar Federal Navy requesting communication.
Open it up.
State business passengers transmit manifest, please. State reason for unexpected entrance to system.
Send it all over and say we are. But believe it or not, we're on a research mission.
Don't say it that way. Rewrite that.
A scientific research mission.
No, the believe it or not part.
Oh, yes. That's a good point. Alexi would not have said that. We are on a scientific research mission.
Submit to escort to the nearest station, types couple. Pluto orbit. Confirm?
Pluto, what a stupid name. Yeah, confirmed. We'll be there.
So those ships, you watch them on sensors as they get quite close. They are heavily armed. Your various combat warnings indicate that they are, trained on you at the minute with their artillery.
Is it a known thing to be able to detect ships in warp?
Yeah, you can see a warp bubble coming. You just won't know what's on the inside.
Cool.
So, like, if something shows up from a weird non-highway angle, this is not surprising to us.
Oh yeah, this is a
Yeah.
totally reasonable thing for them to be doing.
Yeah, it kind of is. And you do get quite a bit of comms sensor. You get quite a bit of sensor data in the period without warp bubble.
Okay.
What will happen is, though, they maneuver and utilize their own to move your ship in their warp bubble.
Okay.
If you
Cool.
wanted to, you could cause all sorts of shit for them right now. For yourselves as well, potentially. More for them, really.
Nah,
We will decline.
Yeah, decline
I think at this point,
to fuck shit
I think
up.
at this point, Alexi, kicks back in his seat and lights up a joint.
Yeah, I'm checking the route it would have taken to get from Canum to here, and it's at least 3 jumps.
Mm-hmm. It's
So,
awkward.
like, we could easily just say we were taking the back roads, like, and not at all be lying.
Mm-hmm. It is a slightly sus route to take. Like, this is probably pirate smuggler central ideal route to be taken.
But like, it's also true. Like, we came this way because it's the fastest. Like, if it was shorter to go another way, we would have gone another way.
Correct.
We just didn't want to waste all that fuel, man.
It'll take you
We're in a
about
hurry.
4 hours to actually get to this Pluto Station, which you can see is a shithole. It's pretty small. Not quite an O'Neill cylinder.
Does it count as a station for being so small? I'm joking.
Low pop, real low pop hours on this place. like hardly anything docked here, even.
I doubt it would actually be a cylinder in this instance.
No, it's more like, just a ring, but like a small tube.
Yeah, because you don't get light out this far.
Yeah, the sun is a star in the distance.
I mean, it's a
It's
big
just
star,
a slightly bigger star, yeah.
It's the brightest one, but it's still just a star. Pluto looks nice though. It's got a big pink love art on it. Weird name.
Somebody graffitied the fucking rock.
That's just what Pluto looks like. There are a bunch of installations on Pluto's surface, like military training ones. Mainly. The Solar Federal Navy is massive, absolutely huge. And Sol is like its home base. This place is like one massive Navy base these days.
Is it
You're
like
a massive
pure
Navy
corruption,
base.
or is this like still things that we can do without actually falling into order?
Oh, there's corruption here for sure.
Okay.
I mean, there's just corruption where things exist.
Yeah.
No, I mean, remember the last planet where it was really well set up, population was really honest, and it was hard to do under the table stuff. That's what I mean. Is it just like the same, or can we do more under the table bribes and stuff?
You could probably get away with bribing people a lot here. Hard to say for sure.
So, I think we submit through to the customs procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You will be inspected. Your ship will be inspected. Every passenger on board, they'll want to take a scan and some biometrics.
Less inclined for that, but
yeah, is Silver gonna straight up just be out in the open?
Or do we hide her like Simon Tam?
Because you know that you are wanted here. So presumably a customs agent would know about it. The rest of you are fine.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to do a holdout for me. It's up to the group. Like, I'm fine with just having, like, a beanie on and trying to be under the radar, but...
I don't know, I'm liking the idea of putting you in a spacesuit and making you hold on to the outside for a while.
Gina laughs at the suggestion, but shakes her head no.
Quite proud of that.
Okay.
I mean, do you have a way of faking your DNA, or?
Maybe. Could we... Maybe the ship and I send out a fake biosignal somehow?
How does that fake your DNA?
I don't know. That's why I'm
Less faking the DNA and faking the profile associated with it.
It's possible. Maybe, says Nico-chan.
I mean, we could also just put you back in the... I mean, do we still have that thing?
No. We sold it.
Yeah, it got sold.
Fair.
There are plenty of smuggling spots on this ship.
I would rather not be found.
You'd rather, if you're gonna be found, it be honestly.
Yeah, like live hack. I'll like put on like a beanie and try to, fake my appearance. And could we maybe send out a fake signature when they do the scan, or like mess with their instruments somehow?
Can try. Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. Computer programming in the like 4 hours it takes to get there.
Yeah.
All right, is that any time bonus on this, or is it just
straight up?
up?
Straight up.
By 2.
Okay. You'll want to get a hold somehow of the thing that they use to take the biometrics, so that they don't know what happens as you spoof it, but then when they get it back, it should say that you're someone else. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
So I got an idea. Just play along with what I say.
What are you doing?
I was gonna fake that I am like I've had bad experiences with people in the past, and so maybe I can scan myself. Like I'll be a scared little girl, play act.
Think that's gonna fool the customs agent? Won't that bring more issues?
No.
I mean, I've heard worse ideas, to be honest. Like,
Power of a small.
It's worth a shot. I'm just asking.
The
Like,
power of a small crying little girl is very high, especially in the military.
Your warp
mean,
bubble gets deactivated. Please proceed under reaction engine to docking port A. A customs agent is waiting. Please do not delay allowing access.
let's be honest with ourselves. Custom agents are pretty dumb. I think she's got a shot. I mean,
Yeah, I'll lend a hand too. I'm good at lying.
I mean, I've had a security guard let me hold his gun before. Like, it happens.
Do you remember the confused Jackie Chan meme?
Yeah.
He looks at Gina in the same way, like, he what?
I mean, guys are dumb when it comes to girls. Adults
Yeah, no,
and little.
Or guys. Or
no kidding.
guys.
I mean, true.
Guys are just dumb when it comes to dick.
Well, you dock up. You can see that there is indeed a customs agent waiting on the other side of the airlock.
Open the door, let him in.
So it is
Airlock.
a
Back
pre-
airlock or side airlock?
it's your main one in front of the.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, it probably makes sense for it to be in your cargo area.
Too late to retcon a question.
Go ahead.
New World, we would have looked up the local laws. Things like, are we allowed to bring weapons in?
This is true.
Is weed allowed, or do we have to hide the plants?
The plants are allowed. A lot of stuff is allowed. Weaponry is allowed on your ship. It might raise some eyebrows, though.
We probably have the nuke hid somewhere.
Yeah, the
It's
nuke is.
been super well hidden for a while.
Yeah, they was so well hidden that Lexi couldn't find it.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Silver
it's
found it by chance.
back in that place again.
What about personal weapons?
Personal weapons are allowed. Again, there's like local laws for stations. But in general, you're allowed to have them in Sol on your ship,
Cool.
especially in case of piracy and things like that. Aye, let's grab a
To the dock.
faceless nobody. So yeah, it's an old fella with a big shaggy beard, kind of like really skinny. Does not look like he's eaten enough at all. And extremely pale. And he floats in with a big old briefcase of stuff. There are a couple of armed soldier-looking types who come in behind him, mag booted to the ground as well. And they do look well fed. They look pretty tough and beefy.
Before they enter the ship, Alexi has changed back into his, like, nice clothes.
Nice clothes. He says,
Yeah.
okay,
His professional clothes.
professional clothes.
Yeah,
I'll need
you know, the ones.
a quick DNA scan from everyone. This is non-invasive. It's done with a laser. You don't feel anything. I just need you to insert your finger into this device and look at this dot here.
Sure thing. Can I go first?
Yep. Here you go.
She'll step up and do so.
Holds it out, and yeah, it's just a little hole for you to put your finger in. It beeps after a second.
Oh, that's neat. How does it work? And she'll chat him up a little bit as it happens.
I'm starting my performance of looking very, like, scared of the thing.
And yeah, he'll explain how there's a laser that isolates a DNA strand in your finger, and a detector that looks at the strand on the other side and can...
Lots of potential scary words.
Yep. Stuff like that.
Oh,
Alexi will come up behind Silver and be like, "It's okay. Don't worry. It's not scary."
Acting check as well. Success, so we'll change lives to a success by 4. It's like,
plus
oh,
any IQ difference.
oh yeah, honestly, miss, the machine's not scary, really. It's simple. Who's next?
Guess White goes next.
He lets you stick your finger in.
He'll do it.
It beeps. He says, "Yep, grand." Like, see, miss, it doesn't hurt at all. It's nothing, really.
Can I see it?
It's like, yeah,
She's just crying.
he's holding it out for you to look at. He's like, "Yep, see, there's nothing to it."
When he holds it out, he'll grab it, like, misunderstanding the "can I see it" command.
Give me... He'll try and retain it. Quick contest to DX, or if you've got sleight of hand...
Or sleight of hand. Oh. I should have gone on my...
He also
DX,
failed
my
by
DX
1 more
better.
than you. It drops to the ground.
Oh, I'll pick it
It
up for
kind
him,
of just
kindly.
floats in midair.
Oh yeah, no, because you'd knock it and it spins off in one direction.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She'll grab it for him.
Yeah, he's like surprised and mag booted, so you'd be able to float up and grab it.
That's all I needed, right?
Yeah, I will need a sleight of hand to Oh, actually no, yeah, all you needed is to have it, and then like while you're holding it, it beeps, and in your eyes you get a like Nico-chan gives you a thumbs up.
Then I'll hand it back.
It's like, oh,
Like-
you put your finger in already? And did you look at the dot?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yep, that's come through. That's showing fine. And just your left, sir.
Yeah, and Alexi will go next.
White looks slightly relieved. You don't know why.
Yeah, it seems like it's worked. He'll put that machine away and pull out another one and start walking around, just generally scanning your cargo. And it's like,
Bunch of weird bullshit right now.
yeah,
Alexi will do his standard, like, walk him through our cargo, bullshitting him, and...
So heads up, we do have a couple of cats, but good luck finding them. And out of character, that might actually be a really effective smuggling technique. The whole "there might be cats around" as an explanation for anything that might be out of order.
That is a good one, yeah.
We currently
yeah,
do have my
Alexi's
brother
just
shoved
being-
in a hole somewhere, though.
No, he's just our mentally ill ward.
No, because he would get scanned too if it was in
Oh,
the past.
right,
He's
right.
shoved into a box in a hole somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy.
Yeah.
If we even got him here,
I mean,
did we not just space him at some point?
we had to hide the battlesuit anyway, so we just hit him in it.
That sounds good.
I still really do like the idea that Rudy is still with us, like just gone
Same.
all Howard
No,
Hughes
Rudy
in his
is
room.
under the wound nest. He's like in
Perfect. Underneath Daisy.
brush and stuff like.
Yeah.
What was the server room originally?
Just another
A bedroom.
bunk. It was a spare bunk for like a passenger.
It was a spare. Okay, cool.
The last spare bunk, I believe, though.
No, we have another one now that because one of our other dudes left.
Oh, yeah, Tima leaving freed that one up. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, he does get a bit suspicious about Rudy's room. He's like, did you have another passenger?
We had a long-term uh, uh, tenant, as it were, but since he left, none of us have been able to go in that room. God, it's awful. He ruined it.
Yeah, it's pretty gross in here, I've got to say. Like, ew. Is that... He, like, points at a couple of, the cups with the straws that have got the valve on them.
I-
And they've
I
clearly
don't
got,
even.
like, mouldy soup inside and stuff.
Our next stop, we're picking up more automated cleaning robots. Like ours can't even handle this.
Smart move, honestly. Yeah. And it all seems to go well. He doesn't seem too suspicious. He doesn't receive a warning that his machine's been tampered with or anything. One of the soldiers will try and give you a chocolate bar, Silver.
I will take the chocolate bar.
Yeah, it's big and chunky one.
I'm not an idiot.
It's like, here you go, little girl. Unvelcros one of his many pouches, pulls out a big chocolate bar for you.
Sniffly, thank you. Because she was still coming off that I'm scared. But she'll also be hiding behind ways like back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like awkward, scared teen, the shy type.
Yeah, I got you.
He's trying to be very protective.
And he'll say, well, it's complimentary docking, given you've been escorted and that there are no other ships docked presently. We do accept trade of excess antimatter, which you might have accrued on your journey here. We do have most supplies that you'd be wanting, no luxuries. Be sure to file a flight plan well in advance of any planned maneuvers.
Will do. I think we're moving on to Jupiter, so we'll get that flight plan filed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Titan is quite nice at the minute. Although, there is that on Europa coming up.
The what?
The race on Europa.
Years per.
Oh?
What kind of race?
Do tell.
It's a vehicle race.
Ears perked down.
Circumnavigates. It's a pretty big deal.
Neat.
That is pretty neat.
Starts in like 3 weeks. Is that not why you're here?
It wasn't, no. It may be unusual, but we actually put down the real thing on those documents. We're here for research. That
Well-
said,
Enjoy. Good luck. Let us know if you need anything.
have a great day.
And they leave. You're at Pluto. Seems there's a race happening in Jupiter. You have got a lot of information you can start downloading now.
Immediately.
I think we need to start flying towards Jupiter and start reaching out to scientists.
Might as well
I
sell
think
it,
the first thing we do is file a flight plan.
and then sell the antimatter here because I bet you we get a better price here.
Possibly.
It's in the boonies, like in like
Mm.
Who needs antimatter? Get your antimatter. Antimatter here. Get your antimatter.
You managed to get the ship all fully stocked up. You will need to do a little bit of work on it to reset the engine after your warp bubble got collapsed spontaneously. Give me mechanic.
Those bastards.
No problem.
Excuse me.
Drinking some fizzy drink while you're fixing your engine. So Gina, it is a pretty famous race. There will be gambling.
She's excited.
It's kind of like pod racing.
Now
Cool.
that's pod racing.
Exactly. Pod racing in that it's right fast and dangerous, and it's a bunch of like hillbillies crashing cars on Europa.
Honestly,
Oh my
it
God,
sounds like
that sounds
sounds right
awesome.
up our alley.
Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
like a destruction derby where it's kind of like a gumball rally sort of thing, but you know they're in these pressurized cars on this ice moon, and they do like
Like
sick
watch
jumps and
races all
stuff
over again.
that
What do
explode
you think,
everywhere.
Alexi? You game?
Yes.
I mean, I can get you a pod if you want to race.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine they're that
Money bags
expensive.
over
They look
here.
like they're made out of duct tape.
A lot of them do. They are like bangers of vehicles.
Great. I'm game. Let's do this.
All right, but that's in 3 weeks. First, sigh. Flight plans, other boring
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
Flight plans.
I don't need a roll for it. You can get a flight plan to Jupiter. You will need to request docking access to the station you want to go to, though. There are a few public ones nearby, I suppose, so you could file a flight plan to one of those first.
I think we need to
Can-
research the station.
I think we can do that on the way to the station.
Mhm.
Like, because I assume to get from Pluto to Jupiter, it's going to take us a little while.
Sounds like it.
But
Gina, you kicked my ass this
for
time.
the flight plan, go direct to the station. We'll figure it out on the way.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's gonna take like a day and a half for sure, just because there's so much mass around that the warp bubble can't get going that fast.
Especially Jupiter.
Yeah, that's big boy. You get going real slow when you get close to Jupiter.
But I assume we can figure out if with both of our research rolls.
They
Is there
might.
public parking on the station?
It's not really got public parking as such. It doesn't do much active research anymore. It's kind of reached the end of its, science to be gained.
How many people are on board?
It's got like a skeleton crew, the actual science part of it, less than 100 people.
So it's risky, guys, but I have an idea.
What's your idea?
I'm doing a shoot for my channel for a historic location kind of thing.
I'd rather be honest.
We've got
I mean-
this thing, we want to use your particle accelerator to blast it because we think it's an alien artifact that could turn into a supercomputer.
Or we just pay them to do a thing for it.
I mean, if we can afford it, absolutely. That's the best option.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
let's get there anyway. We'll send a direct request.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Make contact with people in the station and request permission to land.
They'll grant permission, yeah. An hour later, or a couple of hours later, after your signals have bounced and returned, they're like, yep, permission granted. Okay.
So let's not talk about the alien ending thing. Just say we have a device that we need to place near the explosion point.
Why not? Don't we want their help
Because-
in translating and figuring out what's going on?
No, this is if we hit it with the thing, it's gonna it's an interface thing. This isn't to turn it on and get more translations and stuff. This is to interface with the device.
That thing we've been building.
I'm sorry, I can't think of a way of saying this that's not a little mean, but I want a second opinion.
You
Can we
got
let a
one.
scientist look at your work?
We had one. We got that warning from the other group as we left.
That does correlate with your new translations.
I'm sorry, but I thought that we left that off with, we're not sending them that information because it's going to take them too long to get it. We're going to find researchers when we get to Jupiter.
Well, but they had sent us additional information that's corroborated what we're now thinking of it being dangerous.
Have we sent those researchers all of our information?
No.
No, but they sent us information.
I want to send researchers all of our information
Okay.
because I want someone other than us to be working on this.
But not this group, because they'll tell the what do you call it,
The authorities?
the authorities, and then it'll get taken away. And do you really want those people with that kind of tech?
As opposed to
Us.
what kind of tech?
World ending.
Theoretically, world ending.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da. Gina's a Solar Federation spy.
I mean, I'm hopeful that we're able to shut it down, but I'm also hopeful that somebody else might be able to. But like,
I don't
I'm
trust
also
Solar
willing to bring in
Federation.
other researchers if you don't trust these ones in particular. But I want to bring in someone.
I don't see that as being a bad thing.
And I want to do that before we get to Jupiter.
All right, we'll find a private group. But again, I don't.
How about that group that we were working with before that sent us the warning?
They're gonna take weeks to get here.
Based on your research, they do have contacts in the Solar Federation, and
Okay.
there is a group you could reach out to. Gina did a ball of research level. Yeah.
All right, then let's have them meet us there.
Okay. Sure. Can we send the information to that other group though?
The other.
The
ones
ones
that
who
are
are
gonna
back
meet
on
us there?
Hedatet.
Sure.
I'd rather not.
Okay, so we're going to send it to the ones we're meeting with here.
Yeah, their branch here.
Okay, I'll make contact and let you know when I have an address for you to send the information to.
I mean, have them meet us here. I don't want this going through networks.
Gina looks really suspicious but says, "Okay."
Someone's happy to meet. They've heard of you already. They've received the same translation software. It's actually these guys that translated it better, and they were kind of expecting you, honestly.
Nice.
Um,
Well, she'll let them know that we're heading to Jupiter and send some people to meet us.
yeah, they'll say that they can have some people there in like 2 days. They'll send the full team.
Cool. Thank you.
And is it the particle accelerator that you want them to meet you at?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
That's interesting, and that makes a lot of sense. They say actually. That wait. Does that mean you've got a thing? Does that mean you've got one?
Shush. Shush.
That means we want to run experiments.
Yep. We're coming. Great. Amazing. You hear like people cheering in background as they hang up.
Why did it seem like they knew more than we do?
Well, because unsurprisingly, they probably know more than we do.
Hopefully.
I mean,
You'll-
just
Oh, go on.
think about it. Just think about it. Like they're gonna know more than us because they got all their information from the university.
And there's a lot more of them. Like, it's reasonable that like 20 people working are going to have more.
Exactly.
Well, you'll all sleep on your day's journey. You'll arrive at the Jupiter Station, where some scientists are very confused as to why you wanted to be here. And they've also received a message requesting docking permission from a
The rest
group.
of our team.
Yeah, from a university team. What did you say, sorry, Tara?
The rest of our team.
Yes, so presumably you're seeking use of the accelerator.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. I'm sure that it's booked pretty far in advance, but we're hoping you might be able to find some time for us.
Potentially. It is. Use of the accelerator is pretty well booked up. But depending on the experiment, we can fit things in, for certain.
Great.
Kind of like looking over your shoulder at your cargo hold and some of the stuff in it, maybe.
Well, why don't I give you a tour of our ship and we can talk about our research?
Yeah.
And she does not talk about research. She talks about various things that they can be bribed with. That's in the cargo hold.
Mainly luxury goods like alcohols and nice foods is what seems to take his interest.
On a pot.
Big old pack of cigarettes. The weed, yeah. Yeah, we can book you some time with the accelerator.
Excellent. Thank you.
He'll ask you like what kind of energies you're looking at using, what kind of particles you're looking at accelerating.
I
will
have no
give-
idea.
I will start rattling off the specifications.
Give me a physics check, please, at like a +2.
Alright, I'm just rolling this straight up because it's quicker.
Okay, cool.
But 5.
Yeah, he's like he looks to Silver and he's like, oh wow, what? Okay, and what are you accelerating it into? What are you colliding it with?
Does it have to be directly into the device or just nearby?
What, the interface device?
Yeah. What do we need to collide it into?
The orb itself. You need to hit the orb with the
Piece of
accelerator.
equipment we have.
Okay, that should be arrangeable. It might take a few passes to hit it. Usually does, but again, that should only take an hour at most, really. These are powerful energies. He's got his arms full of, loot, delicious things. He's got 2 bottles of whiskey under an arm. He's holding a big bag of weed, carton of cigarettes. Got a big box of chocolate. We'll start cycling up for your experiment right now, though. And he gets on his earpiece and he's like, scrub the current one. Start cycling up.
Our team won't be here for another hours.
It's going to take about a week to reach this energy.
Whoa.
It's big numbers.
Are you sure that's going to be enough?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, wait.
Did you say? What did you say, Hui?
How much energy are we talking about? That we need to begin weeks in advance. Well, how much?
I will list off the amount that this would produce.
Yeah, it's like crazy gigawatts. 1.81 to the power of 10 million gigawatts.
1,000,000,000 billion gigawatts.
Are we powering a sun?
You know my research is complicated. We're still in front of this guy, right?
Mhm.
You know my research is complicated. We will.
It's
We've-
not out of order. We've run more powerful experiments for sure. Not in a while, but it's a very low maintenance system.
Oh. Sorry, that sounds surprising.
It just
Well-
it's a slow process getting the particles up to relativistic speeds.
Well, we really appreciate so much of your time.
And I appreciate unexpected guests with gifts. You're free to our leisure areas, I suppose. They're really not very special. We've got foosball.
Hey, that suggests they have gravity, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
They do indeed have gravity.
It's just a foosball table with a localized gravity cylinder.
Yeah, so you got to step into that to play foosball, air hockey.
actually-
No, I'm
and
thinking
pool.
Two
it's like
tables?
the table itself is just like the gravity on it is localized, so the ball stays to the floor.
Yeah, it's magnetized. Surely, it's
Hey Luke,
yeah.
could I rent out VR time? Like, network it up?
You absolutely could rent out VR time. Like we in about 6 hours are talking to people on this station while they're on the breaks in a break room. You're just saying, "Oh, I've got a VR rig that's pretty good." Because they've got like a little break room with some crappy VR goggles and a really terrible old system.
Alexi is definitely like working as a doorman at this point. People are coming and going. We set it up so it happens on the cargo hold.
Yeah, that's
It's
for the best.
You just got a bunch of nerds in your cargo hold, like groping around with goggles on and stuff.
Alexi just being like, "Oh my god."
One of them's
They
like,
each get their own little.
Mr. Alexei, where's your bathroom? I really need to use the bathroom, Mr. Alexei.
Yeah, if you go out the cargo bay, you'll be on the station. I'm sure you can find one.
My room is really far away and I really gotta go.
Then hurry.
This is like,
Like, absolutely no admittance past the cargo hold.
One of the
Runs there
nerds
with
So
a
that is
figures
the-
out a way to get into the shuttle.
it's like, can I at least get my money back for the rest of the hour? No refunds.
Yeah, no
No, we want to
refunds.
stay on these people's good sides. We'll kick him back.
You'll,
Like-
you'll comp him for his unused time because he had to run
I-
home.
Oh
No
we don't give
cash
it back.
refunds. But
you'll-
he does get
You just
additional
stamp
time.
his hand. So you could have 20 minutes when you come back. Yeah, fine. Well,
But yeah, little
uh,
side hustle there for a little bit.
yeah. So this place does suck somewhat. I gotta say,
Mhm.
it's pretty terrible. If it
Really,
were,
and our prices are low. I think our thing is just to get on these people's good sides.
oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you do indeed get on the good sides. Even that captain guy comes back to go into VR a couple of times, and
Excellent.
the other research guys will arrive.
Cool.
Even more excellent.
They're really excited to meet all of you. They're really pleased.
Likewise.
So Captain tells us that they've charged it up to this power level. That's quite impressive. What's this plan? What's the experiment? What are we doing?
I will tell him everything
Holy shit.
as far as the experiment goes.
Wait, what are we blasting?
We're blasting the orb.
This thing.
Wow.
I was also hoping you could like double check our work on that as well. Like there are lots of warnings, and I don't want to make it worse.
They all start pouring through, reading. They want to do things to the orb. If you'll permit them.
I'm with them.
We want to try and scratch it. We don't think we can, though.
Good luck. I've tried to do that already.
Yeah, so they'll take out, like, diamond chisels, drills and stuff, and absolutely destroy the tools. Be like, yep, that's what we thought. They'll have some stuff already, radiation detectors, because it does emit low-level radiation.
Yeah, but you said it was like 30 bananas.
Yeah, like 30 bananas. But it's detectable. And they say, like, oh, now this is really interesting. And say that they can detect what seems to be some kind of computing process. But it's like talking on radio waves. A bunch of them are pretty much just doing sums on calculators on their apps for hours.
We can show them our device too. Our interface device.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they'll agree that
Yes.
it's probably the best idea. They've got other stuff that might actually work better, though, as well. But either way, it's all going to be good to have. They suggest a healthy separation from this thing when it goes off. We're not sure what it's going to do. We should also position it at one of the detectors, one of the detector arrays of the accelerator, so that we can find out what goes on when it gets hit.
Awesome. We do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like terraformed planets are in danger right now. I mean, Sol should be safe.
She rolls her eyes.
Well, the day comes. You'll position your thing. Give me... I don't even need anything. It's just a case of Alexei flying the shuttle out, going EVA briefly and dropping it off.
All things that he is very, very good at.
Assumed a team with him too.
Yeah. And essentially, they guide the particles that you've accelerated. Each time they make a pass through one of these 100-odd gigantic, it's like 100-meter diameter across, big ring of magnets and energy manipulation that guides the beam, and they can focus it after a few passes onto the orb.
Awesome. We do the thing.
Do the thing. It disappears on cameras. You watching, and they saying like missed, 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 hit, wow, and then like people who are in the the lab area, the numbers on the machines all go to max, and all sorts of shit happens. People who are watching from a shuttle nearby see the orb disappear off the cameras entirely. Just pop, gone. And then a couple of seconds later, that particular detector array goes dark, like it's covered in blinking lights, and they just suddenly all turn off.
That's probably not good.
The
So-
cameras that were watching it from there in the lab go staticky.
What was supposed to happen?
We don't know. These readings are insane.
What do you mean you don't know?
We
Nope. Wait. Let me get this straight. The plan was to hit it with a super accelerated particle charge and see what happened?
We brought you
Yes.
in to make sure she wasn't doing some crazy doomsday plan,
Yeah.
not to see what happens with the doomsday device.
the power cuts in this room. It kind of everything goes dark.
Does the power go out in the shuttle?
No, the shuttle's still got power. So who's where?
Lab.
Love.
Shuttle.
Okay, just
Connected
Alexi on his
to the
shuttle.
Connected as to much of the interface connection as I can be.
Everything goes. You're in the lab though, right, Silver?
Probably either that or the ship VR connected via VR space to trying to do directly to the interface, ready to do the like.
Oh, you know what?
Communication.
VR space is perfect. Yeah. So
So does that mean ship or lab or elsewhere?
Probably ship.
yeah, you get a message. No one is available. But you don't hear it. You feel it. A form steps forward in the VR space with you. It shifts and shimmers. It starts out very tall and then kind of matches your height, gains a bit of a face, very vague. It's pretty creepy. Roll me a fright check, please, Silver.
Actually good at this. Where's... Oh, I'm gonna. Oh no, I'm bad at this. Okay.
And I also need to roll this.
Hey.
Oh, on the nose. Nice. Okay, and you don't start having flashbacks or anything. But yeah, it steps forward and then says, no one is available.
I assumed so.
Power comes back on in the lab. People are like, what the fuck was that?
Look at your machines and find out.
Still there, Luke?
Hmm?
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there. Its face gains more features. It looks a lot like you crossed with a cat girl. Alexi's casting a ritual around you. The device
Everybody
has
okay?
been activated. I'm fine, someone says.
Love is fine.
Lab seems
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright.
we're good here. You
Yeah.
guys good there?
We're fine.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I lost you for a second.
I would like to set up a new admin, please.
Hey, we're approaching the box thingy, or the orb.
Yeah, we're gonna study the data, see if we can figure out what happened.
Awesome. I'll
She
let
looks
you
at the
know what
people.
we see.
Would you like me to unfold in a manner accessible?
I think I got curiosity or some shit like that.
You absolutely
do. Uh, yes.
Okay. Everything goes dark for everyone except for Silver in VR. At this time, it's because the sun has been blocked out by a huge shimmering silver wall that appeared where the orb was, where it disappeared, and stretches out as far as you could see in every direction. People scream in the lab. It looks like it
Do we
cuts
like
right through
encompass
Jupiter.
Jupiter?
It cuts Jupiter in half through the cockpit. Alexei, you have to rub your
Shit.
eyes.
Okay.
You can see Jupiter rotating smoothly down there, the surface, just passing through it. It's like it's an insubstantial wall of silver. The same shimmering, not silver the person, the colour.
No, I got you.
So brief panic followed by, oh, it's optical illusion.
And it's just like, what is this? I have unfolded into 2 dimensions. My interface is accessible.
What happens if you unfold into 3?
But we're not talking to that person.
No, yeah, I almost answered. I got real close.
Great. Do I see anything else?
This seems inconvenient. It responds to your silver. And Alexei, it shifts, intersects your ship, passes through the cockpit window into you, through you.
Don't like this. Don't like this.
You don't feel anything, but it crosses your eyes briefly, and there's like a flash of white as it does. It feels horrible. And then there's a pop, and it's gone again. A pop. There's no pop. It's just gone again.
Are you guys okay on the ship? I think it just hit you.
Yeah, it did. What the fuck was that?
Again, they're working on it.
Well, as somebody who's out here
Still the ship.
alone, maybe work faster.
Maybe neural interface. That might be quicker.
I'm sure they're using those.
No, that's what I'm saying to the thing.
It's thinking. I'm thinking. The failsafe has been activated.
No, we don't want to start the Armageddon. Or the failsafe.
You would like to deactivate the failsafe.
That's the thing that destroys all the planets, right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
No one is available to verify the request.
That's why I'd like to set up a new admin, please.
This is not possible from a remote device.
So we have to go to the thing that's flying out there?
The failsafe has been activated. This is its intended purpose.
How does one deactivate the failsafe?
No one is available.
If I go to coordinates X, Y, Z, where the orb is currently, or the thing that's heading towards us, would theoretically I be able to deactivate the failsafe from there?
Sufficient mass collided with it would prevent its further action.
How big a mass?
Using your units, 7 kilograms.
Seven kilograms?
At what speed? 0.99% C. You do some calculations. Bigger mass, slower speeds. Nuke might do it.
Would this interface still function afterwards, and the computing power installed?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you. Leave a neural interface operational. You can live in my brain. Let's go.
I exist in several dimensions.
Cool. Have the interface exist in this dimension, in this particular organics brain connection. Is that doable?
Yes, although limiting.
We'll figure out a better way to do it later.
I should continue to hail a response from home.
I don't think you're gonna get one, but let me know if you get anything.
Nico-chan's like, I don't trust this guy.
See? Now you know how people feel about you sometimes. Scary, isn't it?
Shh. Like, this is completely different. This is totally different, Silver.
Not from an organic standpoint.
I don't trust this thing.
It's
But
different
yes,
because it's a threat to him or it.
but I will if it's got a connection to my neural link now, I'll disconnect and go. Some shit just went down, guys.
Oh, good. These guys got nothing. What do you guys see?
The orb is floating in front of you when you unplug from VR, Silver.
I think I made a new friend.
Please explain.
I will take a selfie and send it to the group.
Please explain.
Immediate text back saying, "Stranger danger, Silver! Stranger danger!"
The orb's there.
The orbs where?
There, in the picture with Silver.
Yeah.
Right, it's her standing next to the orb floating in the air in a room, right? Or on the ship.
Alexi's just like,
Oh yeah, you could walk right over here.
No, he's
How-
in
Oh,
he's
no,
in the
right.
Yeah,
shuttle.
he's in the shuttle. He's just hearing all this, and he's
Yep.
just like, oh no.
Although I have information about how we can stop the Doomsday device, we can't do it remotely because the fourth dimensional or multi-dimensional AI or computer orb thing can't do it.
Not
Can you
gonna do
explain
it.
an awful lot more to the scientists that'll understand you? Because it sounds like you just got an explanation.
Yeah, I'll call a group meeting with the scientists.
Can you start with why you got an explanation and nobody else?
Because I was neural networked with the VR system, and I think it latched on to the most coherent thing it could understand.
So what did the particle accelerator do? Like, we've been looking at the output from that trying to communicate with this thing, because that's what we were here for, right?
Mm-hmm. So, when that happened, it seemed to change the state of this thing from closed to open. You detected it leaving just before the particle accelerator detector, like, busted.
It leaving?
The orb.
Leaving the accelerator?
Yeah, it disappeared, but it was still there. And then you
I think
saw
it
it
switched
move.
dimensions for a minute.
So out of character, we can guess that he was there, but just in the first dimension.
The
Or something.
second, when it went huge and flat, it were in the second.
Yeah, but when it wouldn't disappear, it was because it was in one dimension. So
The fourth. When it disappears, it's going into the fourth.
Yeah.
In one dimension, it'd appear as a single line rather than
See,
a big
Ever,
flat surface.
that's where your problem was. You weren't thinking fourth
Fourth
dimensionally.
dimension.
Yeah, you needed to think four-dimensionally.
Always have a problem with that.
My bad.
But yeah, I'll call
Which
you
actually, if
meeting.
you think fourth dimensionally enough, time travel wouldn't really work, because even if you did manage to travel back in time, unless you accounted for the universal position of the Earth, you're gonna like space yourself.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
you need magic.
It works. End up in Florida.
Back into character.
The orb will... It shrinks, Silver,
Okay.
and moves like right up to your forehead. You know, you go cross-eyed as it comes towards you,
And then I blench while it's gonna get living inside my brain, I
and
assume.
it passes right through your skin. Everyone else manages to see this. You like arrive, or Silver arrives with the orb at the lab, and you watch it enter her skull.
Oh my god!
Do I need to make a roll for faint?
Yeah, probably everyone, like a couple of scientists faint. One of them screams, pulls out like a little gun thing. It's like, what's happening?
Hui passes out.
Yeah, let's just go where he passes out. That's funniest.
Night, night, way.
Damn it! I was worried something was. Is there a doctor in here?
The
She's
orb
look-
materializes.
She looks worried about her.
Tiny, but grows quickly to its usual size. And you hear the voice in the room now. Was this not desirable?
No, that was a good place to hang out.
Who is that?
Oh, that's the lady.
I am
Lady? Who
the
are you?
operator. No one is available. I am attempting to communicate with my quantum partner. However, no one is available at their location.
Can somebody explain what we're listening to?
Or
How?
we turned her on.
How is it making noise?
I was originally a proton, extracted from an atom of helium.
Same?
I was unfolded into 3 dimensions and then reduced to 2. On my surface were etched the designs for a supercomputer. I was activated. I was used as a communication device for a long time. There are many of me. No one is available.
And you are the control interface for the terraforming things?
Negative. I was left
What are you?
behind as a failsafe.
A failsafe for what?
Should a hostile civilization detect the terraforming expedition, it would be better to destroy it than allow it to fall into its hands.
Can you just turn it off instead?
You appear to
I
be
tried
the
that.
hostile civilization.
She nods.
No one is available to confirm this.
Although the thing that is supposed to murder us all, I did the math and found out what we need to destroy it.
Obviously, we'd like to hear the second part of that.
I mean, we can either shoot 8 grams of whatever at it at 0.99999 or 99.99999 C, or we launch something slower at it of a greater mass or energy mass. Probably a nuke or something would do the job.
It just said there's a lot of them, though.
Is there
There-
any more of those in this area or this galaxy or this dimension?
None that have been activated.
See,
So why did
Oh,
this one get
you
activated?
don't meet the orb. Okay.
Out of character because we hit him with a proton accelerator.
They were already activated.
Oh, never mind.
I was partnered with the power source necessary for my activation.
So,
Combining the orbs.
Yes.
How can you be turned off?
A user at home may confirm that the situation does not
available.
require ending.
Where's home?
Relative to here, it observe this screen. It maneuvers over, shrinks, and heads towards a blank screen on a wall somewhere. It turns invisible, and suddenly image appears on the screen. You kind of quickly realize that it's like the local galaxy, and then it zooms out, flickering as it does so, and it is a long, long way away, hundreds of millions of light years.
Outside the local cluster? I mean, outside of the galaxy? Like
in a different galaxy.
Okay, so part of the super cluster, but
Yeah.
pretty far out. Okay.
Really far away. Yeah.
Damn.
However, I will not interfere should you wish to use a manual stop to the process.
Is there a switch?
No, accelerating the mass is the only way.
So we've just got to nuke it.
This nuke you speak of may be sufficient.
What is the thing we have to destroy?
A mass dot. It is.
Oh, like something like a black hole?
It is much like my form before activation. But denser. It travels at near sea velocity into the host star at an angle which ought to trigger a coronal ejection large enough to strip the atmosphere of any planet.
Oh my god, that is brutal.
Yeah, we might want to get a move on, guys.
Yeah.
So
when is it going to reach the next planet?
They'll say like let's make it a nice, even time scale. Like by your time scales, 14 weeks, 3 days, 6 hours, 7 minutes.
We should.
Oh, actually, we'll
warning.
start calculating an intercept course and figure out how long that's going to take us.
Less than 14 weeks.
Okay. So we might be able to save this thing still.
Probably take you about 8 weeks to get to about where it is. I'll do some GM retcon magics to say it were closer to Gleaser 588, which is its first target.
So how is it that we're able to communicate with you at this point? Because you're supposed to be in an accelerator behind an interface.
Upon receiving communication, I adjusted form. Detected electronic signatures not dissimilar from my own, although on a much smaller scale. Attempted communication via there.
And you can control our stuff now?
No.
She looks at the screen.
I reduced myself to the size of an electron. I passed through various circuitry at sea to create those images. I can do the same on your eyes.
Don't.
That's awesome.
By passing through your retina as a photon.
She looks over to the scientists. Is this thing an AI?
Maybe? Negative. I have been limited to ensure self-awareness is contained.
Can you guys verify anything that it's saying?
This is
Like,
madness.
are you getting any readings?
Like, kinda. People are, pointing sci-fi devices at the orb when it's visible and stuff like that.
Hey, they're like 3 orders of magnitude better qualified than we are.
Like, we're not sure. We're inclined. We're scared.
Same.
I'm excited. This is really cool.
Stupid curious character. Yeah.
Gina takes a seat.
I think quite a few people have taken seats.
I guess Hui wakes up.
Yeah, Hui wakes up, cold sweat. I think we're reaching a good closing point, honestly.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be funny though when he starts to wake up and go like, and if you want to hang out in my brain, you can.
Nice.
And then it goes back in and Wade passes out again.
Down into the floor.
If this is still the most suitable location for me, and yeah, you watch it meld inside Silver's head again, Hui, and refaint.
You go like, ah!
And we're the Kobold Cafe. Thanks very much for watching. I GM'd it. I'm Luke. We had Silver. Tara.
Hey. I am Tara. I played Silver.
Yep.
And she has a new friend to live inside her brain.
I don't trust that thing, Silver. Nico-chan / Alexander will tell you. We had James.
Hey, I'm James. I am playing Alexi Avalia, and I don't trust anything going on with Silver anymore. That girl be crazy.
Girl straight berserk. We had Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Gina, and she was really hoping those scientists could actually confirm that Silver's not just blowing up the universe. But,
And we had Everoth.
Hello, Saruth, and Hui is just having an existential horrors. Horrors beyond imagination.
Seems fair. Yeah, poor Hui. Let's send Hui to the 4th dimension next. Yeah, next session. Hui goes to the 4th dimension.
Vacations.
Alexi doesn't race around Europa at, relativistic speeds, unfortunately. It's not relativistic speeds.
Sadly, but if we get to turn Hui into Buckaroo Banzai, I'm all in.
Buckaroo Banzai.
sounds fun.
I don't know this reference.
Oh my god, if you haven't seen Buckaroo Banzai, you absolutely have to see Buckaroo Banzai.
All
Just
right.
understand it was made during a time when certain things were okay that aren't okay anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all
Old sci-fi.
We're all in them places nowadays. Well, bye everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with something else.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.